Well, welcome to the Levitt Center for University Advancement here on the University of Iowa campus. I'm Erin Monet, and I work for the University of Iowa Foundation. We are the separate entity that exists to raise funds for the University of Iowa. This is the building that houses us, the fundraisers, as well as the fundraisers, our friends at the Alumni Association. And we're thrilled that so many of you could make it here today. So exciting to see so many past grant-worthy matrons and patrons and grant-worthy families and all these wonderful smiling faces. And we are just so pleased to have this opportunity to recognize the outstanding support that you have all given this organization over the last 20 years. I want you to know this is the first ever event of its type where we've honored a Masonic organization, and we're so glad that you guys are here to pilot it with us. So thank you all very, very much for coming. And I want to note that the tremendous support that you all have raised, $1 at a time, the hard way, now amounts over the last 20 years to just about $650,000. Yes. That certainly deserves a round of applause. Now, I want to point out that, of course, we couldn't feature every single project you guys have supported. There have been so many. But you will find in your program a list of some of those projects and the folks who helped support them. But we do have some of our top faculty here who will represent some of the areas that you have helped support, and they're going to tell us a little bit about some of the things that your funds have helped to make possible, so you know that that money you raise is hard at work here. Now, first of all, I want to make sure that you know that I have some of my colleagues in the audience. I want to recognize and thank them for their role here, and if they would please stand, and then we'll recognize them at the end. Carol Jefferson, who oversees our fundraising for the Cancer Center. Carol. Libby Slappy, her associate. Libby, thanks. Carly Kimmer, who does our fundraising for the Heart and Vascular Center. Chris Collins, who represents orthopedics. And Sheila Baldwin, who represents children's medicine here. Some of you know Sheila. And then I also want to thank and acknowledge Angela Gartelos Doyle, who works with us on events, and Barbara Kamer from the EOS, from the Eastern Star, who helped put together this event. I think they deserve special applause too, don't you? Thank you. And now I want to introduce Mary Jane Young, I think you all know, and John Baker. They want to come up and say a few words on behalf of the Eastern Star. And I just want to note that Mary Jane told us that this October, she and her husband Charlie are going to celebrate their 45th wedding anniversary. That's certainly an accomplishment. They have 2 children, 4 grandchildren, and 2 step-grandchildren. And she joined the Eastern Star in 1970. Wow, good for you. You're a young one. And John Baker is here as well. John joined in 1970, the Redfield chapter, and he's currently a member of the Linden chapter. And he and his wife celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary last year. We could all take a lesson. And they have 4 children, 12 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. Welcome, Mary Jane and John.
I would be remiss on a day like this, as beautiful as it is, if we didn't open this afternoon with one of my favorite scriptures. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And it's because all of you that this activity is necessary. You don't need to be told that, but sometimes it's nice to hear the words. Eastern Star has been raising money for so many years, and you are so wonderful because as our membership gets less and less each year, you keep giving more and more money. Thank you so much, Eastern Star. I say thank you. This is rehearsed.
Well, I guess I just want to say, oofta!
Oofta!
Which is a very nice way of saying thank you very much today. And we appreciate everybody coming and spending the day with us.
I want to just have the past grand matrons and patrons and their grand families that are here today that have selected the university as their fundraising project. First of all, we've got Julie Pedersen. Julie, are any of your grand officers here? Just you. That was back in 1991, and that was pediatrics. Dorothy Masters, 1992. And she's got some of her grand family here. Cardiovascular medicine, Joanne Runyon. The 1993 firecrackers, that was my grand family. Ophthalmology. Becky Taylor, 1999. She has some of her grand family. That was birth defects. Danelle Essing, 2003. And they had diabetes research. Some of them forget they're in more than one family. Sarah Ann Robertson, 2004. Research in malignant brain tumors in children. Diane Bogfried and Russ Altus, 2006. Diane was the first one to coin a phrase for her project called STAR, Supporting Targeted Autism Research. Connie Coulter, 2007. Oh, we were in that, both those families. Their project was Kids Keeping Interest in Diabetes Support, Pediatric Diabetes Education. And then this year, our SMART project, 2008, Support Movement Arthritis Research Targeted Osteoarthritis. Thank you to all of you for coming today. We really appreciate. Oh, I missed one. Pardon? I did. Can you? Lorraine Gemberling and John Mills breast cancer research. That was in honor of Marilyn Roseboom. Okay, and I missed 2005. Randy Essing was our worthy grand patron. That was coronary disease. We got quite a few of them here. Is there anyone else that I missed? Thank you, and now we want to turn the program over to our wonderful doctors. Thank you all for taking the time to join us today and bring us